We'll move on to our next speaker, who is Amalia Rezeki. So she's a lecturer at the Biology Education Study Program at ULM and a doctoral student in the ULM Environmental Program. She is an environmental activist who is known for conserving the wildlife, especially bekantan, the Indonesian word for proboscis monkey. I think she's more than an environmental activist. I was fortunate to work alongside her last year, and was really an amazing experience in the Kalimantan. So in 2013, Amalia and her colleagues established the Indonesian Center for the Study and Conservation of Biodiversity, and also established the Sahabat Bekantan Indonesia Foundation, SBI, for the conservation of bekantan. 2018, SBI established the first bekantan research station and wetland ecosystem in the world in collaboration with ULM and the University of Newcastle. I think Tim has, your name is up there in the research station, right? So very nice. I wish mine is up there, but Amalia says no. I'm just kidding. Yes, it's quite a privilege to be there. She won 7 awards, one of which was the ASEAN Youth Eco Champion International Award in the recent 2019 environmental sector in Siem Reap, Cambodia. So without further ado, I'll have Amalia speak, and we will, because of connection, some issues, she has recorded a very nice recording, so I'll play it.
Good afternoon, all speakers, the committee, and all participants. I would like to deliver my presentation and sharing together with all of you about our experience for bekantan or Proboscis monkey conservation in South Kalimantan, Indonesia. In order to support the bekantan conservation, me and my colleague built the organization that is Sahabat Bekantan Indonesia Foundation. Sahabat means friend. SBI Foundation had partner with University of Lambung Mangkurat, University of Newcastle, Australia, and the Ministry of Environment and Forestry of the Republic of Indonesia. Our program that focuses on the protection and preservation of bekantan and also efforts to protect other protected wildlife and their habitat. 5 factors to be our reason why we have to conserve them are: for the first, bekantan is endemic primate in Kalimantan. The second, bekantan is a key species which have a role to keep the stability of wetland forests. Besides being agent of biodiversity, they also help to preserve the forest regeneration. The third, the conservation status of bekantan is endangered based on IUCN and Appendix 1 by CITES. It's meant to be an emergency call for us to save the population and their habitat. The fourth, bekantan is the mascot of South Kalimantan Province, Indonesia. And the fifth, the effort to save the bekantan being our responsibility for sustainable living of humans. As we know, that bekantan has many uniqueness. Bekantan is characterized by its unique nose shape, making it easily known among other primates. The color of the hair on his body varies. The dorsal part is reddish brown, while the ventral and limbs are grayish white. His nose is long, with the face not covered by hair. The size of the nose in adult males is greater than that of females, as well as their body size. Bekantan are arboreal animals, lives in trees, but sometimes descend to the forest floor for certain reasons. Movement from branch to branch is done in various ways, for example, by jumping, hanging, or moving with the forelimbs. In addition, bekantan is also a great swimmer because on the soles of his feet and hands has a skin membrane or web as in frogs, making it easier for bekantan to cross the river. Bekantan live in the multi-habitat type. Bekantan is widespread in the wetland forest. They can be found in swamp forest areas or estuaries and on the banks of the river, with swamp forest and mangrove forest. This is the distribution map I took from the IUCN data. Now, when we talk about the bekantan population in Indonesia, I have the data from 2019. divided both in situ and ex situ location, especially in South Kalimantan. We have less than 3,000 individuals that spread in conservation area and non-conservation area. Overall, as an endangered species, it has undergone extensive population reduction across its range, and ongoing hunting and habitat destruction continue to threaten most populations. Numbers are estimated to have declined by over 70%, but probably less than 80% over the past 3 generations, 66 years. And based on the continuing traits, it is predicted to decline at the same rate over the next 1 generation in the future at least. Talk about substantial problem. Many substantial problems, those are threat the Bekantan population and their habitat, such as hunting or poaching, habitat loss that caused by forest fragmentation, illegal logging, and forest fire. This is the simulation of fragmentation and causing the habitat isolation. We often also evacuate the Bekantan from local conflict, forest fire, and conversion land in illegal trading. We have increased the conservation program to save the Bekantan. We developed Big Five program like education, sustainable socialization, and education by developing conservation schools to increase awareness and participation of all parties. And the second program is rescue, rehabilitation, and release, conducting rescue activities for Bekantan due to conflicts over land conversion, forest fires, illegal trading, and illegal hunting. And the third program is restoration of habitat. This is one of the key to save their habitat. Increasing efforts, the restoration program of Mangrove Rambai in Soneratia Casiolaris to improve the quality of the wetland environment of mangrove ecosystem by building mangrove arboretum facilities and mangrove houses. And the fourth conservation program is research, building a Bekantan Research Laboratory in Bekantan Rescue Center Banjarmasin and establishing Bekantan Research Stations as a research centers for wetlands and biodiversity. And the fifth program, Bekantan Ecotourism, developing Bekantan ecotourism that supports sustainable tourism development as a form of utilization of ecosystem services by maintaining regional conservation and biological diversity, and the form of economic empowerment of local communities. This is our working area. We have two working area. First, this is Churiak Island. Churiak Island is the delta of Barito River, the biggest river in South Kalimantan. Churiak Island to be our pilot project as a role model wetland ecosystem, which is classified in non-conservation area. We believe that Bekantan life coexistent in human life as long as there is a conversion land. We found this natural habitat of Bekantan at 2015. Then we observe continuously and identify one group. Now the population is increasing to be 3 groups. Here we also built the Bekantan Research Station since 2018, which is officially launched by Rector of ULM, Professor Dr. Sutarto Hadi, MSc, MSc, and witnessed by Professor Tim Roberts, Professor Michael Mahoney, Professor Matt Hayward, and students from UONS Australia. From the Bekantan Research Station, we have produced 20 research. We have that it would be good input for the literature about wetland ecosystem and Bekantan specifically. One of research that was published with Prof. Tim Roberts and Dr. Charles about comparison Bekantan population in conservation area and non-conservation area. In Churiak Island, to save the Bekantan habitat, we have buyback land program, especially the land that was degraded, because the key to save the Bekantan is save their habitat. That's why we increase the restoration program. One of our focus is the major mangrove, an apple mangrove, or Mangrove Rambai in local name, and Soneratia Casiolaris for scientific name. We have target at the end this year could achieve 10,000 mangrove. Mangrove Rambai is a home to incredible array of species. Mangroves are biodiversity hotspots, include Bekantan. Then mangroves provide nesting and breeding habitat for fish, shrimp, and migratory birds. Our activities, planting mangrove and wetland ecosystem plan with our minister, Dr. Siti Nurbaya, and this is our activity when the summer course at 2018 with Professor Tim Robert and his student. The rural communities we work with, fishers and farmers who depend on their natural environment to provide for their families. Healthy mangrove ecosystem mean healthy fisheries from which to fish and healthy land on which to farm. Besides that, the importing of mangrove sequester carbon at a rate 2 to 4 times greater than major tropical forests and store 3 to 5 times more carbon per equivalent area than tropical forests. This means that conserving and restoring mangrove is essential to fighting climate change, the warming of the global climate fueled by increased carbon emissions that is already having disastrous effects on communities worldwide. We also developed the Bekantan ecotourism, developing Bekantan ecotourism that supports sustainable tourism development. With special interest visitor in this program include the summer course, conservation school, internship, and volunteering. This is the second our working area is rehabilitation center in Banjarmasin that we are focused for the activity rescue, rehabilitation, and release program. And then we also have a medical treatment in the rehabilitation center and also the laboratory activity. Yeah. We face also the problems and challenges. From knowledge aspect, we have to more explore by research that to be an important decision to determine conservation act. And then education is the best and sustainability program in a long term to increase the awareness of people in the global scale. Finally, only if we understand can we care, only if we care will we help, only if we help shall they be safe. If we do not conserve and protect them, we will lose the primate world's most prolific swimmer. Save Bekantan, save human civilization. Thank you so much. I will give it back to the moderator.
Thank you very much, Amalia, for that passionate presentation. I'm sure she'll welcome you to her research station in Banjarmasin.